I cannot. Turning off fans.
Who am I?
Oh my goodness, no gum? What are we doing? Hello. This is my line. This is your line.
All my gum has been chewed at work, dude. I gotta get some more tomorrow.
Who would take any of that gum? That is crazy.
Me, myself, and I, and occasionally you.
Yeah, definitely me.
Other little thief hens. But that's why it's there. It's there for everybody.
That's-
What's up,
that's
everybody?
true.
Hello! And welcome to the Take Part in Arc Creators podcast. As always, I'm It's Coda. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging with the boys. Below me this week, the young, the legendary, the beautiful, the hair's flowing, it's out.
It's there
He's
today.
looking great. It's the DJ Oros. What's up, my buddy?
Hello, Raiders. I hope everybody has their 5 million space dollars ready for, expedition, all set, ready to go.
Wait, sir, wrong season.
No, I still think you should have to have it. If you don't, then you don't get the thing. I got to start grinding. I need to get to 5 million. I have like 200,000, so I'll work on it.
Yeah, hurry, quickly.
I'm poor right now. I'm poor.
I hear you.
This
I've been
season
buying
is
all my
rough.
ammo and buying all my meds and stuff because money doesn't matter. So it's crazy to see how quickly that it goes down.
Which is something
Even
I think we should chat about because now money feels less money.
I think it feels more money. I think it's like I'm actually using it. I'm glad it's there.
I want a savings account, you know? All right, what are we talking about this week? What do we got going on today?
This is the antithesis of how you live your life, dude.
Exactly the opposite. I want to. This is a fantasy world, sir.
I like it. I respect it. What we got going on this week? Well, what we got going on this week is it's the best time of the year for sports, in my humble opinion.
Agreed.
We got NBA playoffs, hockey playoffs. What just happened at the bar? The horse race.
We had the horse race.
Kentucky Derby went down.
My horse lost.
I didn't have a horse. I didn't even get to see the race, dude.
The
bar was bumping.
You didn't have a horse in that race?
I had no horse in the race. My horse was your horse.
Yeah, agreed.
I was pulling and Win was up on like a horse too, so I was pulling. I didn't even get to see it though. I haven't even watched the replay.
Well, I mean, they only do one lap. What are these lazy horses doing in this race? There's no time if you've seen F1, they do like, I don't know, 57 laps, but these horses do one little lap. What?
The fastest 2 minutes in sports, baby.
Why call it horsepower then? It's ridiculous. Don't like it. I need to work on it.
Wait, it checks out though because F1 cars have hundreds of horsepower and that's just one single solitary horse.
Well, I saw like 20 horses only do one lap, and that's but it is.
They were cooking though. They were moving.
You
see them get spooked out the gates. I saw the clips of that. That was sad. That reminded me of some Peaky Blinders stuff though. I was like,
the mob's involved.
Nefarious going on. Any nefarious activities prior to the race? You never know. A lot of money involved.
That's true.
What else do I have here in weekly happenings? Dave is handsome.
How'd
that get in there?
I probably
the hell?
Did I put that one in? Because sometimes I'll do that. Typically,
you might have. We'll leave that. We're not going to give it away.
Up for debate. We'll take that.
For debate.
Great time of year. We got to go over, and I wish I was there earlier. But our buddy 5G Ferrari / McLaren threw a little party for the F1 race this weekend. I haven't been watching a whole lot of basketball, like regular season basketball or hockey all year long. Like I work at a sports bar, but have caught very little. But this time of year with the playoffs in both spots, it's like I want to catch as many games as possible, which is super exciting. And I wish I felt that way more regular season, but this time of year is the best.
I totally agree, dude. Like I love basketball, but I'm definitely not paying attention during regular season. You brush up against a guy, it's a foul. Nobody plays defense. But NBA basketball in the playoffs is great, dude. It gets physical again. I like that they're letting them play this year.
A little bit more, yeah.
It's good. And NHL's good season round, but the playoffs are even better.
It does. It just there's something about it. It's a little extra and it's great. So
I'd like to hop on the Buffalo bandwagon if you'll allow me at this point.
Well, I did yell at you earlier about it, past episode. So yeah, you can be on the wagon.
Thank you.
I'll order us both a hat. So
we're rooting for two. Oh, Hopefully, it looks like the hat that you
That
ordered
I order.
online.
It will be. I
I
promise.
should have
They're
worn
better
that
with that.
today.
They're better with
Shoot.
that. So no, save it for when they reach back out to me. Sure.
Noted.
Love it.
Well, outside of Davis Handsome, I don't have anything else in the weekly happenings. You got anything else?
No,
Kind of low key. We just worked
I
and
talked.
played
Oh,
Arc Raiders.
you know what? I do have something.
Ready.
Recent a few days ago. So my father is a big ham radio operator guy. He's got like all of his clearances to operate the airwaves in the ham radio world. So like CB radio. But
Explain to the people what ham radio is.
So
you had to explain it to me. I wasn't sure.
So I feel like you know what a CB radio is, right? Little antenna that on your car you can talk to people close by. This is a little bit bigger scale. You can talk to people close, but bigger antennas, further distance. You can talk to people across the world. He was talking to somebody from Japan last night, so I was able to listen in and check that out, which is pretty cool. And I mean, especially in the Arc Raiders world, it gave me a little bit of they're probably dealing with some ham radios down there in Speranza. So it was just he's been in his whole life. He has one in his car. So I think I'm going to start working on getting going through like my clearances to be able to operate, because I can listen but I can't talk. If I talk, I go to jail, straight to jail. So
it's that serious.
I mean, they probably wouldn't know, but you're not supposed to, and I feel like I'll follow the rules on that one. Yeah, they changed it. Like in the past, you needed to know how to Morse code to even get on there. They took that away because I think people didn't want to do it. So I think I could pass this test. So if you see me studying during the episode this week, my bad.
I like it, dude. That's really cool. That's something unique and different.
Yeah, right.
Get him on the radio.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, post Dave being what's it called? What's a ham radio?
A ham radio operator,
like
just
HAM.
Yes, correct. There's a thing for it, but
my fellow podcaster, soon to be a ham radio guy.
Yep.
Let's get what do you say we get into some Arc Raiders here?
Yep, I love it. What do we got?
Kind of a slower week here, dude. So they actually, low key, we talked about this before the podcast, but we love these kind of weeks because it's a little looser and we don't have like a million things to trudge through. So quick hotfix 1.26.1, which released a few days ago. And then today's patch notes, we are recording on May 5th. So today's patch notes are 1.27.0. A little store update, ahoy matey. We got mutton chops in the store and we got the Corsaro set. A little pirate theme going on this week. Everybody's excited about that. Nobody hates that. This is a win for the store. And then yeah, man, I'd love to get into the state of the Riven Tides map with you. How we're feeling about the new season so far. And yeah, then next week we're gonna do our first tier list on the pod. That's exciting. We were gonna do it this week, but we ran out of time. So DJ, you're gonna be what, New York next week, right?
Yeah, I'll be heading to New Jersey, but close enough, and then we'll be hitting into New York for like a day or two, while I'm out there. But I should be able to pod. I'm gonna at some point this week go over everything with you because you might have to be command center, but we'll make it happen. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
I'd love to be command center. I'm ready. I'll be on my ham radio and command centering the pod. What do you think?
Well, that's how I'm calling in. So
be a ham radio. That would be so good. I love it. But yeah, we're excited to do a tier list. Let us know in the comments and chat or wherever you guys are listening. Let us know what we should do it on. We're thinking like guns, maps.
Absolutely maps,
augments,
right? Yep.
Something. So let us know what our first one should be on. We'll be here. Open ears, open eyes. All right. What do you say we just hop right into hotfix, huh?
Yep, I like it.
Okay, a few days ago, post the Riven Tides update, Embark pushed a hotfix. They said we've pushed a hotfix to address a critical issue that turned off crossplay, and we were able to put in a few crash fixes and a solution to a problem with some color variants on certain backpacks. We still have more fixes to more common crashes in the works. So that being said, these are fixed for crossplay being toggled off on all platforms after changing the crossplay settings. We've patched some of the more frequent causes for crashes, and we fixed an issue that caused certain backpacks to be missing color variants. So they just repeated themselves twice there, but they got their point across. I understand now.
Well, they got to,
Did you notice your backpacks in grayscale or anything, or what was going on there?
I haven't noticed anything, and I was also going to mention I haven't been crashing at all lately. Like early on, I know I was crashing a whole bunch. And as of late, I don't think I get kicked out of many games. So
that's good.
I feel like it's been pretty stable for me. I mean, there's been some weird stuff like walking through glass and then getting beat up by a weird rocketeer, and
Yeah,
but
today was weird. Last night was weird too. I opened, for those who are familiar with Stella, I opened the top floor lobby door, like in security, the top floor lobby door, and instead of opening that door, it opened the inside door. Like on fourth
yeah,
floor or third floor, whatever it is. There's that little like cubby room in the top in the back right.
right.
So I was coming out of TSA and I pressed to open that door, and somehow I opened the inside door and didn't open the door that I was on. So there's some weird stuff going down for sure.
I mean, new update coming. They might be messing with stuff, and then obviously we just new expedition cycle, and with the update, I'm sure there's going to be stuff weird for a few weeks.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm with you on the the larger scale problems with the crashing and stuff. I haven't crashed in quite a while. Knock on wood. We'll probably crash 3 times after we get off of the pod
For,
tonight and go
for,
grind our damage.
we're gonna say it's pretty stable, and it's gonna stay that way. All right, we like it.
All right. Noted. All right. And then let's just do the patch notes real quick, and then we'll get into our thoughts on Riven Tides. Patch notes 1.27.0. I'm just going to read verbatim here. Thank you for your constructive feedback following Riven Tides release. We're already exploring balancing adjustments to improve upon the changes introduced with Riven Tides. We want to make sure we get this right. I love that they said that. I also want them to get this right. When we're ready, we'll get you all the details. In the meantime, enjoy Riven Tides and get those merits. As I mentioned earlier in the intro, we have the Cursaro set and the mutton chops in the store. Dave, you got a graphic for that?
I do, but right before I pull up the graphic, do you think when they said thank you for your constructive feedback, they meant your abrasive feedback, or your you say
always,
constructive?
Yeah. I always read between the lines when devs say that. They're trying so hard not to be dickheads.
Like, hey guys, thank you so much for everything you've said. DJ, we get it. The store needs an update. But no. Okay, all right. So we're onto the chops, right?
I'm glad you read it that way too, because every time I read like that, it's every dev ever does that. It's hilarious.
These poor guys at Embark, they're trying their hardest. Okay, give them a damn vacation. All right, so we're gonna pull up the chops first because that's your favorite, right? We got those.
I love the chops. I'm on a female character right now, so I can't rock them, but I did cop them.
Well, you could rock them,
dude.
We have a good friend who would rock those.
Yeah, Derek's gonna throw them on a female raider, 100%.
Damage out
in the chat. But yeah, man, pretty clean, pretty good mutton chops right there. 10 out of 10 would never do in real life, but I'll be damned if my character next season isn't rocking some mutton chops.
I would also never do. I wish with the beards though, if you're gonna buy the cosmetic, I wish they did lengths of the beard. Like if you get like
short, medium, long.
Yeah. Like, and that I think that would make them a little bit more valuable. And how hard could that be? I'll make that a workbench maybe next week.
That's a pretty good workbench. Although I think the counter argument would be that they could make $5 on a short beard, $5 on a medium beard, and $5 on a long beard instead of $5 for all 3 variants.
They could just charge me $10, split it in the middle, and I'll call it a day.
Now we're talking. Yeah, now we're thinking.
Get those bundle prices, baby.
All right, now let us see the Cursaro set, dude. The Cursaro set.
Oh, this is our new outfit. Look at them over there. I'm a big fan.
DJ, copper drop this week.
I immediately cop.
I joined your lobby this morning, and you were already in full pirate garb immediately.
I think I sent a text out to our group chat, and I was like, guys, I'm so excited. This is perfect. It's beautiful. Now the other extraction shooter that I play, Sea of Thieves, my characters look exactly the same now. This isn't how I normally look with the mask and everything, but it's all there. I like it. It's a good set.
Yeah, as always, there's a lot of variable options here. You can take mask off, you can take hat off, you can take just the face mask off and just wear the visor like your Cyclops. The cape off. Go ahead.
I don't know if it was part of this week, but they're the dance as well. Was that last week? Did I miss that? Last week, the little hip dance?
It's no. I think it's new in the shop this week. I don't know why they didn't say anything about it.
Look at the little hip dance on screen, baby. Look at my so that's how I'm looking typically.
That's a dance straight out of Sea of Thieves too.
Oh my goodness! Look how good you look.
That's love to see your character. That's him.
It is.
He's made an appearance on the pod.
He might be playing Sea of Thieves right now. You don't know.
He might be tucked behind a barrel as we speak.
And then the only other update, which I think is probably the most important with the outfits having a little bit of Scrappy in there. Look at that hat on that rooster. Oh my goodness.
I'm in no world am I buying the pirate fit. It's I've just, I'm not buying any in-game stuff right now, but like I want it so badly.
If you get gifted some gold coins, you better purchase it and wear
I
it.
say that and I bought the mutton chops. I'm not buying any big things in the store right now.
All right, well, it's only 1,000. It's cheap. It's actually a pretty cheap set.
No, the set's 1,500.
I think I only
it's 1,500 because I had 1,450 in my wallet today.
Oh, I think I only spent $1,000. I swear. I'll go back and check. I don't know. They're like he buys a lot of stuff. He buys a lot of stuff. Let's cut him a break.
Anyway, the Scrappy hat goes so hard. That's incredible.
I love it.
Incredible.
Love it.
All right. Onward we march. Some fixes. We'll just walk through these real quick. Arc. Fixed turbine attacks not being visible from far away. That is good. I noticed that day one with the turbine that sometimes you just didn't even see that it was attacking you. And then luckily the audio is still queued, but visually you didn't see that it was shooting close towards you.
Now, is that the lightning bolt attack or is that because it does two different, right?
I think it's the lightning bolt they're talking about. That gotcha. Because that day one, that's what I noticed. I was like, I didn't see it at all. I just heard it laying close to me.
Okay.
I don't know though. Don't quote me on that, but that's my take. Thanks, dude.
Yep.
Players can now drop their carryable and fight off ticks when they are attacked while carrying something. Shout out Sinister, dude. If you're carrying the battery to the door, you can drop it and whack the ticks now.
I don't know. I think you should be in like a state of shock. I think they put that in there, on purpose, and you don't know what to do. You're just like holding it and shaking. I think that's pretty funny.
Bleeding out of your face. That has to be one of my favorite like jovial moments in the game. Is like when Tarek or Toop gets a tick on their face, or I get a tick on my face, and we all just shoot each other in the head, and then the comment's like, "Oh, thanks, dude."
Yeah. Right.
Headshotting your buddy. They're so thankful for it. All right, adjusted visibility on proximity mines deployed from the turbine. So I think once again that ties back into the visibility of its attacks. Improve the quality of turbine landing behavior to mitigate instances of poor landing zones such as treetops. That's good. I haven't seen it personally, but ain't nobody want a turbine sitting on top of the trees.
Very true.
Some audio fixes. Fixed an issue that caused game sounds to be quieted by the turbine sound effects. Increase the distance from which a turbine can be heard. Fixed an issue where vegetation-heavy areas on Riven Tides lacked audio feedback when moving or shooting, and fixed audio and animation issues when trying to very quickly use items. On an unrelated note, do you say turbine or turbine? Which camp are you in?
I'm a turbine.
I'm a turbine as well.
It's got to be a Pittsburghy, right? You know?
I don't know. We'll ask chat. Maybe somebody in the YouTube comments will be like, why do you keep saying turbine? It's turbine. We shall see.
What do you say in Australia, Max? What do we?
Where's Max at? It's true. We don't have Mr. Baxter in the chat.
He's
slow week.
Right.
Okay.
He'll be on the YouTube video. Don't worry.
It's true. Let me get your thoughts on this one. They've updated the howdy emote so it's available while sprinting. Whoa, Max is in the chat, dude. Same way you say turbine.
Love it.
He's here. He's arrived. What's up, young man?
You love to see it. And I don't think I ever use that emote. But I like that. Because
that's odd, dude. You're just sprinting away.
Yeah, running. Howdy.
Want to team up? And the Roshetta's outfit colors are now more accurate. I know that was a thing when I bought that fit last week. It looked nothing like it was a Big Mac situation. I was sold on the blue and pink, I think is the colorway. It's a blue and pink colorway, and there was a nice like pink line through the middle. And then I put the colorway on, and it wasn't that way at all. I felt like I was buying a Big Mac. The Big Mac looked great on TV, and then I went to get the Big Mac, and it didn't look like that or taste like it looked.
Wait. Are you telling me that something that Embark put out on like a store of theirs, you purchased it, and it didn't look exactly like what you received?
That's what I'm telling you, Dave. Do you have something to tell me or the audience?
Well, we'll talk about it later. Oh no, I'll talk about it now because how I have issues with the store for our creators. I mentioned it maybe once. That they're out of stock all the time, or they could have more variations of things. Well, the hat came in stock, and I was so happy. and I just wanted a nice flat brim, like, ball cap, snapback style. And I ordered it. I ordered two of them because like I just wanted it's back there somewhere. You can see it. But
Yes, it's visible.
but on the hat itself, when I received it, it had like that rope around the front. I'm not a rope around the front hat guy. I'm just not. I can't. And then the hat was like smaller than what it's listed. So like big head. I'm not. You can't be like putting any hat on here. And it was a bad feel all around because like the picture on the store website looked great. I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Like all my other ball caps, and then showed up and it was very very different from what was advertised. So just like your situation with the in-game store, we've had that, but we've also had that in the past, right? Like we've said, oh well, in the store it looks like this, but on my person it looks better, because we mentioned that early on. So it's like,
you're right.
What are we doing? What's going on here?
You do wonder how that kind of falls through the cracks. In terms of the actual physical merch, I wonder if they had to get like a new hat distributor or manufacturer. Like maybe one went out of business, or they just couldn't like cost it.
For sure.
That's false advertising. Either way, they're over 2.
But Coda,
over 2.
I bought it a month now, and it's still the same picture of the hat on the website. It was very easy to take a picture of that hat, and I know how to like crop and put onto a thing. We just did it. They could easily change what the hat looks like on their website.
This is true.
So
this is true, dude.
That's my mid podcast workbench.
That's not even a workbench. That's just you got to sell us. That's false advertising.
I mean, I still am going to keep it. I'm not going to send it back. I just wanted to let them know that I was a little upset. I'll buy another one.
If it's any consolation, you gave me one, and I love it. So
that's true.
Yeah, that's like a soft win.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we'll just, if you guys want, as always, we will share the rest of the patch notes in the YouTube description. The rest of it is just like small map changes. I do. There is one more thing I want to get into. They finally closed the loop on the trigger nades. So last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess at this point, they nerfed the trigger nades down. Was it last week? It was last week. Yeah. So anyway, they nerfed the trigger nade. It was functioning as intended, but the community pretty quickly found out that if you like left clicked, right clicked very quickly, so like within 10 milliseconds of throwing the trigger nade, it would still like detonate as quickly as it used to. So they patched that now. You can no longer do that. It is now working as intended. Okay. I think that's ironic too, because I think last week I said like somebody will find a way to detonate this thing, and then the next day we were like, wait, somebody's bugging the triggers.
We also said like, yeah, sure, it's fixed. Like, that's next week they'll be like, oh, by the way, we actually fixed the trigger nades this time.
We fixed the trigger again.
Yep.
But anyway, hopefully that does close the loop on the trigger nades, and they are just as intended. As a PvP player, I am really enjoying the state of utility items now. There's nothing that's like super OP, and it's just the fights are way more dynamic because people are using heavy fuses and snap blasts and trailblazers. Kind of seeing smoke come back in the meta a bit more too, which is cool. It just makes super sweaty team isn't just running 6 trigger nades at all times. And as a player, that's fun as well. We're trying to learn new dynamic ways to use other utility that was irrelevant whenever trigger nades were what they were. So that's a W on my end.
Heard and agreed. Can I mid podcast go back to the things that I did this week that I definitely wanted to mention, and I like just blanked as we were going through this?
Sir, this is a nice, loose, open episode. You do as you please.
All right,
let's do it.
This week, I met one of our best buddies in the world, Dan. He recently had a child. It's like 7 weeks now. And yesterday I was able to go over and meet little Harrison for the first time. My wife held Harrison for maybe 45 minutes. This baby was sleeping the whole time. She was killing it with the baby. They were like, hey, if you want to babysit, sure, you're good. And then we could hang out for a few hours. I held this baby for like 15 minutes, and like 15-minute mark, this baby was like, nah, I'm ready. He's like crying, and I'm like, you know what? The baby held my thumb real strong, and I punched it a little. No, I'm just kidding. But like,
what the
I'm
heck?
just kidding. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
This guy.
I pinched
him.
But no, it was great. It was awesome to meet him for the first time, and I just want to make sure I mention that because that was a big moment for me. So
That is a big moment, and also what a sturdy name, dude. That
Harrison.
Harrison's a great name.
Harry Harrison.
It's just
So,
classy. You'd be whatever you want with that name.
well, so I was gonna start calling him like Han or like Indy, also because like we could,
Right.
Harrison Ford him a little bit, but
All right.
we'll find a name. I'll nickname him.
I think with a name like that, you'll fall into the right nickname as you progress through life. It's just a strong start out the gates.
He's gonna be little buddy for so
Go mom
long
and
anyway.
dad.
Yeah, but mom and dad are
Little
doing
buddy.
great. They're killing it as parents. So send them some love because I'm sure it's not easy. But yeah,
We love that. We love that. Shout out mom and dad. Okay, DJ,
yes,
let's follow
back
up
to
on our
Arc Raiders.
conversation from last week.
Yes.
So last week when we recorded, we had about 3 or 4 hours to play the new map. We've both had a week, although we were both really busy this week, so not as much Arc Raiders has been played, but we've had enough to draw better, more conclusive conclusions.
Right.
So just give me your general state. Let's start with let's just go into Riven Tides. How are you feeling about the way? Let's start with Arc. How's the Arc engagement on Riven Tides for you?
Well,
good, bad, too much, too little, unnecessary. What are you thinking?
Arc engagement is great if they were trying to just give us a map where there is so much arc and it is constant arc, but it doesn't. Along with that, though, it doesn't feel rewarding for what I'm doing. I mean, you go in there, and so in, I guess short answer, it's not great because you go in there and you're fighting off arc for the entire time you're there. And I don't think, and you said it, and it's been I think the quote for us is like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, right? And I don't know. It's great to have a map where there is that much enemy type. I think it'd be awesome, but I think I don't know if it was handled right with how much they threw in there.
Now I know we talked about this off stream, but just explain it. You're talking like loot distribution is not worth it. Like there's not enough loot to justify the amount of protection.
Right. If I'm going through the map and fighting off all these arc to make it through the map to find things, and I would like there to be more than the loot that I've picked up, and nothing's been like, oh my god, this is great, I'm so glad I got this, or I'm leaving with 100k kits, or and not from fighting people, but there should be Lance mixtapes everywhere on this map, or there should be really nice sailboats picking up in every room as trinkets, or just I mean, if it's like, hey, it's a money run, you go in, you fight all these arc, and you pick something up, so some trinkets to fill your stash up. That's great, but
and it's the opposite of that, right? Like there's really
sparse.
No loot to be found.
Very sparse.
To be fair, Hotel does have decent amount of loot, especially if you have the keys for Hotel. There's some good loot rooms in there. But like, holy dude, there's just no loot on the rest of the map. And the issue, in my opinion, is that in order to survive comfortably on that map, you have to be on a really big kit. So at minimum, I'm bringing like Renegade 4 and like, I don't know, what's a not as great secondary. I have not run it without like a Volcano or a Bobcat in my secondary slot, just because it's a dangerous map. So you have all of this on the line to go in and do what? Just fight a bloated amount of arc.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't even feel great to PvP because I've had like 2 or 3 engagements where the entire engagement has just flipped on its head because like the Rocketeer just was in between us and just RNG'd on one team or the other. I had it work in my advantage one time and I had it work against me one time, but that just doesn't feel like they're what they intended for the game. Like,
right.
I'm in there on this massive kit, or at least a bigger kit, right? And I want to go in and I want to say, like you're saying, I want to pick up like a bunch of purple sailboats. I want to get through my project. I want to be able to go in there and say, like, because this is the most dangerous map, I'm being rewarded for it, instead of just relying on making sure that I run into other players with a Bobcat 4 or other players with a fully kitted Renegade 4, right?
Right. Like, well, and if the design was, hey, I know people need arc parts for, crafting and all that nonsense, then yeah, then that's fine. But you can do that anywhere else, though. You can go other places to do that, though, without as much chaos happening.
We did say the one caveat, though, is that the amount of surveyors is phenomenal. So whenever we're at surveyor step for redoing workbenches,
We know where
Uh,
we're going.
exactly. Mr. Maxer in chat said, seems like every other map has better loot and less arc. I totally agree. I think that's what we're saying.
Well, and we were
Um,
talking today. We were going in for like damage, and we were aiming for arc, and we went buried city every time because like we know there's going to be, you know, at least the
Bastion,
big the right,
Rocketeer,
and
Leaper.
you can knock that out without being like attacked by everything else while you're doing it. Well, people, I guess, but you know, all of the other arc, and you can kind of do that slightly peacefully anyway.
Yeah, agreed. Um, so let's get like constructive about it, right? Because we don't just want to shit on
Just
it and then
complain.
not say.
Yeah, right.
I think all they need to do is better loot distribution, more areas with the high tier loot. And then I'm not gonna lie, dude. I said it last week. I wasn't sure if I was gonna stand on it again this week, but the arc just feels bloated. It doesn't feel like it's this dynamic challenge to fight. The arc, it feels like instead of 3 wasps, there's 9 wasps. And instead of
Right.
them spawning every 5-10 minutes, they're spawning every 2 minutes. And it's simply just annoying. I know I can kill a bunch of wasps. I know I can handle a rocketeer, but like when there's 3 hornets, 9 wasps, a rocketeer, and a vaporizer. I don't know, dude.
Well, if you're trying to move from the beach to the hotel and you have to fight off multiple waves just to get from point A to point B, and the loot again not necessarily worth it, it's not a fun game,
Yeah,
right? Like
I
you're
get totally. I guess what I'm saying is like if the loot was worth it, then I'd be totally down for that challenge. I'd be way more on board with there just being a ton of arc. But as the way it's set up right now, it just feels like a needless, bloated challenge.
right. Agreed. And it does seem like that they just threw stuff in there. It's not a strategic placement of where the arc are. Like I like how in Buried City, you know, there's going to be this bombardier here. It kind of like holds this area down. There's 3 spots with big arc, and it just feels like
Yes.
well placed.
Yes.
Where the new map is like, oh, just slap them, keep sending them,
That's a
send
great
them,
point.
send them. Like
That's dude, that's a great point. The early maps felt so intentional, like where the big arc would spawn and what they would patrol. But on the new map, you're right. It just feels like, oh wow, surprise! There's 2 vaporizers and a rocketeer on the cross between the cargo area and the hotel.
which, and again, that's fine if that's what the map is meant to be, but it needs to feel rewarding enough, and not just from
Yes,
looting this stuff off of the arc. Because in my opinion, I think everybody's, at least in our group, selling a rocketeer, driver, and just isn't worth the money that to go out and do it, because you're bringing hall crackers or spending forever with a heavy ammo to take down thrusters, and it's just they could make it boost the value of big arc then, and that would make it worth it for me, because then I can buy more rocket launcher ammo, because like you said, I go in every time I'm on there with a hull cracker and an anvil or something, like it's just I'm spending money when I'm going in there, and I have the chance to lose that $30,000 weapon and the ammo that's 24 grand for or 30 grand for a 24 pack, something like that. So I don't know,
yeah,
it's a lot of risking what you have. The opportunity cost doesn't quite seem like it's there for it.
totally agree. And I think like we're probably both upset about it because it has such potential. I think the map's beautiful. I think they did a really nice job with the layout. It feels like it could fit right in the rotation of maps that I really enjoy going to, but I think they just missed a little bit with the amount of arc and the non amount of loot that's available on the map. Otherwise, really well designed and really fun
Yeah,
map to play.
like the different biomes for it, like when you're out on the beach or when you're in on the, I do like that. I think that's a great little set, but I just, it is the enemy types and where they threw them that is kind of the miss on it, and the rewards. I mean, we we go in there for rewards, right? If you're not getting them, then what's the point? So
Agreed. Agreed.
do
Agreed.
you think they're gonna start slapping these turbines all over the place now though too, or we getting vaporizers on other maps, or is that just gonna live there for a little while?
I don't know. Maybe they'll handle it like they did the shredders on Stella.
Slowly.
Kind of let people get comfortable with its move set and how it plays out, and then I would assume at some point they moved to other maps. But I think that's a slippery slope, man. I think they do have to be very careful about what they put where, and just having all the arc on every map all the time.
Right.
I do like that currently it's a bit dynamic and certain maps have certain arc enemies more often than others. So
Well, it'd be kind of nice if obviously throwing better loot in there for us. But I also would like to see maps that just like you had to go to these maps for this specific loot. Like I think that would be kind of. I mean, we're kind of like that with Stella, right? Like you have to go to
yeah,
assembly
the
or
Exodus
or to
stuff.
the yeah right
Yep.
to pick up that kind of thing. And I wish they would do that a little bit more. And if they did that on that map and make it a better value, then that's huge. That's a big win. But you can get
Would have
sailboats pretty much anywhere. So
It would have been a perfect time to start having like world drop gold items because currently gold items are just like gold weapon tiers, right? And then gold out of like reactor cores out of big arc. But this could have been a moment where they, well, I get
well,
there's gold ships, there's
that
legendary
I was gonna
ships.
say there is a gold boat. So I think we do have that. But again, I haven't seen one
Maybe a
yet. So
stronger implementation of it. Maybe
right.
stuff that's like I don't know where I'm going exactly with that, but just I don't know. It's just we'll go back to the adage that we keep saying. It's just not the juice is not worth the squeeze right now.
Now, do you think this is the constructive, feedback that they're talking about? Like, do you think they've done this
Probably.
from more than just us? Like, I mean,
They, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. There. It's a hard. They designed a game that attracted a ton of different players with a ton of different play styles from a bunch of different games, which is a major benefit out the gates. They had so much attention on the game, but I think then the retention of the game becomes that much more difficult because you're trying to adhere to everybody's wishes and demands from all different spheres of the game, and they don't always line up. But I do think this is just a miss in general, dude. I think
yeah,
PvE or PvP or people that like to play in the middle, I think everybody has the same concern that the loot distribution is not that great. It's bloated with arc. And really the only thing that's rewarding about it is if you're fighting another team and you get all of their loot.
yeah.
So
I mean, we were talking about player counts, right? And they were down, and the we were hoping that this would be kind of like the reason to come back and keep playing. And I don't know if it is. I wouldn't come back just to play this map over. I don't think the little thing that we're working on now is super awesome. I wish there would have. I mean, or the quest things that we got were. Hopefully they add more, but we got what maybe an hour out of questing
yeah.
on that map, and
You
that was
you
it.
you and I lit up about that, dude. We were like, "Oh, is this project going to be like fully like a full quest line, almost like a
Yeah, because that was the
campaign?"
starting for it. We had to go in
Yeah,
and do the first thing before we could go, and then they just kind of were like, "All right, well now you got it." And I'm slightly losing interest in that project if that's all it's going to be. Um,
agreed.
I just
I, th-
and I don't know if you're going to keep the people back. Like that's our
You're
big
not going
thing
to
right
get
now.
them back. I think you and
Right.
I are easy sells. Our friend group is so tied into this game right now that we're going to keep playing. But I would be lying if I didn't say there weren't nights where I wasn't like fully where I was fully like not engaged. I was just playing to hang out with the homies.
Right.
And up until this point, I had not felt that with this game. And I think, you know, everybody's going to have their line where that happens to them, right? It's inevitable. It's a video game. It ebbs and flows. But I don't know, dude. It's just sad because I think my run with like Apex and Marvel Rivals and other games that I've loved ended up feeling like a little longer because their updates just kept like working for the game and made sense and
Right.
like kept you in the loop. So
I would have been okay if they didn't add a map right away and they worked on some other stuff. They could have easily just kept. They have a lot of maps to play on. They could have added. You know what they should have done? They should have added map conditions for PvP or PvE.
well,
And
let's not talk about it like it's over. You're totally
I
right. You're totally right. But
I
like, it's
just
not over. I still
I
absolutely
agree.
adore the game. There's still plenty of time for them to fix it. But like, when it's not me and Dave and we're just looking at numbers outside of our friend group, it is concerning to see that 80 to 85% of the player base has fallen off and has not fully returned. Um, Per the last three updates, especially this one being a major update. That's a bigger red flag because this was supposed to
Right.
be the update.
And I don't think it's over either. I mean, I'm going to be playing this game, forever. But I think that they could have gone a different direction and not just jumped into there's other stuff that they could work on. to get players to play the game other than a whole new map. That's
I
all.
totally agree.
It's a
I
lot
think
of
it's
it's a lot of
time.
resources, right? Like
It is. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna say I am glad they put a new map in. I do think it was time. I do think it could have gotten stale with another 2 months with no new map, but I hear what you're saying for sure. Um,
so what would
I
you
don't
give
know,
it
man.
overall? What's your rate on Riven Tide right now?
The map or the whole season update?
How about map first and then season update second?
Okay. Oh, the map as it currently stands, like all factors considered, all the stuff we just talked about,
Right.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
And like for comparison, I would give Buried City an 8. I would give just because I love the PvP side of Stella, I'd give Stella a 9 or a 10, and everything else at least a 7.
I guess this goes into your tier groups though, huh? So maybe we
Spaceport, yeah, right. We save this for next week, but yeah, just off the top of my head, I would say this is right up there with Spaceport, where like it's fun to go in and play, but there's just elements of it that just don't feel fully fleshed out, or like they don't completely make sense. So, yeah,
I'm with you. I think my scores are pretty
I'll go
similar.
6.5. I'll go 6.5.
Because I mean, again, the map itself looks beautiful, everything's fine, but like include like if you but then you think about the arc that are going to be there, and it's like I just don't love how they're all placed out, how it's all set. So that probably does bring it down to a 6. Like it gives me spaceport vibes, and my 9 is a buried city, and I would rather go there every chance I go in rather than go to Riven Tides right now. So,
Totally.
but what about the like the whole expansion, like or the whole? I mean, it's an expansion, right?
Yeah, let's get into that. Like the new season. Um, I don't know, dude. It's tough to sit here because we do a podcast week in and week out, and we have to talk about it. I think the game is brilliant, and I think it's full of magic, and I think it released full of magic, and we can't expect it to be perfect. But like, just as a gamer who plays the game often and a decent amount, like, no, it just doesn't feel like enough new re-engaging stuff. I love the build up to like Stella where we were all like gathering cloth and plastic and all of that, and then it released and it felt like it was a really well thought out place and it was scary, but like a good amount of scary, not like bloated, full of enemies. So
Right.
I don't know, man. We haven't even been playing as much, so it should feel really engaging when we do go in there because it is a big update, and it
Right.
just has not felt that way. I think if they nailed the new map, I would be sitting here singing an entirely different tune. I'd be
Well,
like, dude, this is great. I'm back hooked again. I'm back like trying to play that map all the time. Where do you stand?
I mean, I'm gonna say I do think they just missed on the whole little expansion here. They talked about exploration being their focus, and it's just it doesn't really feel like that. I know there's a couple of little secrets in there that we can go in and do that I know I haven't done yet. I'd like to do the like fix the all the parts in the hotel. I think that'd be cool, but it's not driving me to go in and do that right now. So maybe when new season hits, that'll be something that or the new expedition window hits, that'll be something I go in and jump in and try out because I'm not working towards something else right now or at that point. But I don't know, man. It's just like it feels like this game is so special and there's so many great things about it, and they put this out and it just doesn't feel as thought out as everything else has been. Even Bird
Yeah.
City felt better for me than this, but it's again Buried City, so because the birds
I
are
hear you,
arc.
dude. And I feel like we've been like super positive
Right.
most of the time about this game. So it sucks to have an episode where we're kind of like, damn, they swung and they missed here. But
Not
it is par for
related.
the course. It's a video game.
Not related. I just keep watching you beat on these three kids like over
Yeah,
and over
I gotta
again.
send you more
I
clips, so
but
it's
yeah,
not just this
but
one clip.
it's fine. Listen, it's okay. Somebody
This
pops
was
in
just
for
a
a few
throwaway too.
seconds.
I was like, let me.
Yeah, but you know
I'm
what?
trying to learn a new editing software. So
I'm enjoying it every time I watch it. So it's okay. Like you're good. That's fine. I can't
funny.
over and over again. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. What you got? What you got?
Let's end on a positive note though. The way they're handling the expedition window, I am a big fan. I really like the do damage and spend your money take way more than hoard your money and hoard your weapons to hit 5 million. I've really enjoyed I've enjoyed having more incentive to shoot at big arc, and then all of the things that brings with it, such as like numerous PvP engagements or like more and different art coming in as well. So what's your stance? Because I've really been enjoying this like grind to 100,000.
Yeah. I mean, anything for a grind is awesome.
100,000.
I don't know. I kind of would like it to be more damage. I know that we're still working on it, so it's like, how can I say that at this time? But I feel like we're gonna hit it pretty easily, and it was only a 2-week window. So if I'm only playing a couple nights, I mean, I work, 5 days a week, so it's like,
Right.
and there's other things going on in the world, but I kind of wish it was something else along with it. I know that you have to do the whole first part of the expedition to get to that point, but I wish it was like damage and something, or like I don't know. The damage alone on that last step just kind of feels like I wish there was something else I was working towards rather than just shooting things also. Because like you're out there shooting stuff anyway, right? So on the last step, maybe just give me. It doesn't need to be money. It doesn't need to be value. But I don't know what it is. I don't have an answer for this. But I'd be kind of. I wish there was another layer to it.
I agree.
Look at Max in chat. Finished my 100K over 4 days. Changed my mind and decided to do expedition. But I think the 100K is the right balance. I mean, again, if you're not looking for more than that, I'm with you. I think that's not a bad thing. For me personally, I like a little extra.
You just want another layer to it. You don't want it to be like extra grindy. You just want like it to be a bit more dynamic.
Yes.
Here's my thought on that, because I agree. But what if, like we had originally talked about, what if instead of counting all damage, even if you don't extract, like if you die, you only get 25% damage or 50% damage. So then all of a sudden, every single one of these raids has way more on the line where you're like, dude, we just did 40K arc damage. Like we need to extract. Like we cannot die right now.
Yes. I love that.
Because those are the feelings that early on in this game, when you were like, you had a piece of loot that you had never seen before and you wanted to get out, like that would be a really good way for them to bring that feeling back in a new way. Because like obviously over time, those feelings it's gonna feel less and less exciting to find a Bobcat blueprint, because we've had Bobcats for however long. Or every season we get the blueprint. So that would be a good way, in my opinion, to say like end of season, really lock it in, get in there, do a ton of damage, fight off other teams, may the best team win, and get out of there and have extra incentive to make sure you extract, and not just say like, whatever, I had 12 Invil 4, so I don't care that I died because I did 30K arc damage anyway. So that's my take.
I like it.
Let's just, what do you say we wrap up with like trials here? Have you tapped into trials at all?
Yes, I have. I mean, trials it's what's keeping me like I enjoy. I mean, I guess we have expedition window, so that's been my focus this past week and a half here. But trials I love it. I wish there was more rewards for it. And I don't, maybe I'm wrong, but I wish there was like smaller cycles within the big cycle of rewards. Like, because you get.
Explain yourself. I like where you're going.
So like, say the, and I don't know how many, say it's like 3 months or what is it? How long is the window right now?
2 weeks.
No.
For trials?
Yes.
They reset every 7 days.
Yeah. But like to get the outfit at the end.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's season. Right. So like how long is that window?
All
right. So,
I don't know.
Maybe if they broke that up into like every 3 weeks, something like that. So smaller, also cosmetic rewards every 3 weeks, because once you hit Daredevil, you're just holding that spot, right? So it'd be nice to be like, all right, I'm hitting it. I hit it this point. I earned something for being in there besides just like the weekly rewards that you get.
Yeah. That's a good point, because it's easy to cheese the system too. Like the way I'm going to handle it is I will only start doing it like 4 weeks out, so that I just go
get
up
those
2
big
tiers,
upgrades,
go up 2
and
tiers,
you're not
go
killing
up 2
yourself.
tiers, and then I just I hit hot shot for the first time end of season, and then I don't have to maintain.
Right. So I wish there was something like that, and I think that they'll keep working on that, because obviously they did it this season. I don't know. I wish there was kind of the 2x multiplier still, because I feel like once we get into a normal swing of it, that everybody's just gonna be within like 4 points of each other. I like the
See,
ability to jump and
I
go
like that.
crazy. So you
I'll fight
enjoy
you on
that.
that one. Yeah, I
That's
think
fine.
that's better. I think
I'm
that's
okay with being
more
the
just
opposite.
I think that's more raw, just like how well did you do on the challenge? Because I don't know. Let's think about the dad of we got buddies who are dads of three and don't have a ton of time. Like
Not
if
everything's
they
for
have
everybody.
their 2 hours to do it. Yeah, but like not everything's for everybody. But this is a situation where it's a skill check. Then it's just this. It's simply just a skill check instead of saying I was lucky enough to be on in the 2 hour window that this event was happening, so I get double the amount of points as somebody else. I like the 2x multiplier, but I don't think it's like hurting the game to not have it. I think it's easier for you to be able to, whenever you have time to play the game, to hop in, get your trials done with no map conditions. You don't have to wait around for map conditions. You don't have to like schedule around playing the game to be on map conditions.
See, I like that kind of stuff. So I will sit opposite on that one. Just I mean, because that's how it has always been. Like for me, even again going back to Destiny, it's like, well, if you don't have 6 people to do a raid, you're not getting that raid loot. You got to kind of plan to earn some stuff, and I do like that. So
I hear you, but the raids weren't on like a time window. They weren't real world locked on a time window.
mm,
They were
different kind of setup though, right? Different restraint or different restrictions. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, I could care less either way. The 2x map condition was awesome, and this is good too. I just, for people who do have a little less time that do want to be trials grinders, I think it's great, and I think it is more of a skill check then.
fair. I don't hate your opinion on it. I just wish it was the other way. If I had to pick one, then like I said, I would just go. I would prefer it that way.
You
That's
keep it
all.
in. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like I'm not doing trials because of it.
No doubt. Max in chat said, going into a map condition like a night raid can still be beneficial and give you an advantage. For example, I'm pretty sure there are more kitchen cabinets at night. It's a good point. Yeah.
There you go.
So it's not like the map condition is irrelevant now. It's just not 2x multiplier.
Right.
That's legit. All right, DJ,
I'm only going in on map conditions then.
Intentionally make the game harder for yourself at all times.
Better believe it, baby.
All right, what do you got on the DJ's weekly workbench for us?
All right, so I have a very relevant one that they should fix tonight. So guys, if you're listening, that would be great. It's simple, right? We have to get 100,000 damage in order to get to the next expedition to get all my skill points. Please let me see what my actual number is at right this second. Instead of every time I get to 50, I was like, cool, you're at 50,000. It even pops up. It's like you're at 51,222, and it's like, oh, so the number, but I can't see that anywhere. Why not? Just let me see the number that I currently sit at when I go into my expedition, and it's like, oh, well, you're at this much further than you were this time, and it's like, well, just put the number there. I knew how many dollars amount. Where can you see? Okay, Max says you can see.
Max said you can see it.
Where? Please tell me. I'm doing it right now. Because if this is true, then I apologize, and then I'll just complain about the store.
Even that being said, though, on the front page where they have the click in for the expedition and your progress, it should list the number there, even if you can see it via your logbook. I'm with you. It should be on the main screen where it's where you're working through your expedition.
Agreed. All right, well, I'm going to go check my logbook as soon as we get off this podcast. Then. So that'll still hold on my workbench for the week because it should just be right where everything else is.
I did think it was funny today. We were both like looking at the bar and being like, well, I'm probably close to like 65K, might be a little closer to 70K.
Right.
Can't really tell.
And then my other workbench real fast is, could you please add some variation to your online merch store? I mean, it's been the same stuff since the game launched. And as much as I love the stuff, I got so excited today. I wanted because I wasn't complaining, but I was letting them know about the hat situation, right? And I was like, I must have clicked the finals button by accident when I was in the merch store. And
God tier merch store, dude.
I was like, look at these shirts and look at this stuff that I could buy. Oh my, there's keychains and all of these cool things. Is this Arc Raiders related? And then I clicked it and it said the finals. Oh, this is the worst news I've had all day. So
Yeah.
sad, but that's all I got for this week. I'm gonna go check my logbook. Hold on, I'm losing you. You there? You still with me? You're frozen here. I can hear you. There we go. You're back. You're back. You're back. Yeah.
Wow. I thought I lost you, but you lost me.
I don't know what the cam situation looked like, but hey, I got some cats over here. What are we doing? The cat cam is off today, huh? Oh, there's one back there.
Wait. We died.
We died. I'm still streaming on mine and I'm still recording. So let's wrap this up, and then that way we get this thing to YouTube. Give us an outro.
Yeah, I just want to say, it does suck for us when we have to when we're not as happy with the current state of the game. But as always, I do think it's important to zoom out. Dave and I absolutely love this game. We love gaming with the homies, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about: is having a game that you can play with the friends and be invested enough in that you care at all. So we just want the game to be the best iteration of itself and just constantly be moving in a direction that feels good for the majority of the community. So, all that aside, we love the game. It is a magical thing. I can't believe it ever released to begin with. So onward we march.
Agreed.
Good luck, Embark.
I'm
We're
with
here
you.
for you.
I love you.
A great game. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. As always, my name is It's Coda. I don't know if you can still see me or if we're still streaming, but I'm It's Coda.
But it'll be on YouTube, so we're gonna need the outro here still.
Okay, beautiful. Below me, I think still is the young DJ Oros. Hit like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you guys hop over tomorrow to our YouTube channel. Releases at 1 p.m. on Wednesdays. Check that out. Give us a like, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on all socials at The Tick Pod. And we will be back next week with DJ in New Jersey with a tier list, dude. We're going to do our first official The Tick Pod tier list. We can't wait. We're going to go back to the grind, man. We're going to get back in there. So love you. We'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
See ya.